All right, some great work done by Kevin Acey, San Diego Union Tribune, a piece out this morning, and I will put the link in the description to that piece. It's a long one, so if you have like a spare 30 minutes, take it to read this piece about your new Padres manager, Mike Shildt. I mean, this I feel like is what the Padres need, but it was just so great. The stories of Mike Shildt, his background, how did he start in baseball, 8, 10 years old, running around outside a double A ballpark for, $5, getting a couple of foul balls and bringing them in. And then, being told from an early age about accountability and you have to perform each and every day and just little lessons that he has learned and then lessons that he learned in the St. Louis Cardinals organization. This was from George Kissel, a legendary figure in the early 2000s who had been in the Cardinals organization for more than 6 decades as a player, scout, coach, manager. It was a handbook outlined the Cardinal way. Shildt practically became a scholar on the book and recalls his frequent conversations with Kissel as if they happened last week. So this was from Kevin, written in this, and he has the notebook still to this day, obviously. And yeah, this was my favorite quote here. Are you an organizational man? Shildt said in the mantra, fashioned by Kissel. You got to care more about the organization than you care about your own career. You have to care more about the players than you care about your own career. And that just immediately stood out. Like, man, that is so true. And I think this isn't just with baseball, but just in life. Like, if you go about your business and your job, like you care more about the team's success, your company's success, whatever you work in, you care about that success more than your own career, your career success will take care of itself. And so, I mean, this just, it feels like this is the right guy at the right time for the Padres. Someone that preaches the accountability and playing good fundamental baseball and so detail oriented. And I don't want to make this a whole like bashing Bob Melvin thing, but I don't know. To me, it felt like he cared more about his career and where he wanted to be more than, and that's important, no doubt about that. And, people can think about their own, they can think about their career before the team and all, like you can do whatever you want. But it sure felt like Bob Melvin did not have the same mindset as Mike Shildt has right now. And Mike Shilt's mindset is the right mindset for the San Diego Padres. And we know AJ Preller is all in with baseball. He eats it, he sleeps baseball, he breathes baseball. And it seems like reading this article, that's what Mike Shildt is as well. I mean, he is baseball. Like, that's his life. It has been that since he was 8, 10 years old, working at that double A ballpark, scoreboard operator, running down hot dogs and nachos and pizza down to the umpire's room before they came off the field after a game, and then working his way up. He worked in high school as a coach, in college, in like every level of minor league baseball. He started his own company, I think, for development of players, obviously managing with the St. Louis Cardinals. Respect from a lot of different people that have dealt with Mike Shildt. And so I mean, I tweeted this out. I put this on Instagram. I'm so freaking pumped after reading this because it took some time to read it, but I loved all of it about Mike Shildt being this Padres manager. I mean, I'm so pumped about it. I think this is the right guy. It could end up not working out, but I have a great feeling that if it doesn't work out on the field, it's not going to be because, the manager of the team, Mike Shildt, wasn't all in. Like, he is all in. Some of my other favorite parts of this piece that I put out on social media about how one of his idols was Cal Ripken Jr., and he wears number 8 because of Cal Ripken Jr. And Cal, he played in Charlotte at the end of the 1979 season, the entirety of 1980. And Shildt says he was going to be the first guy in. He was going to be the last guy to leave. He'd always go in the manager's office after the game and talk about the game. Shildt, who has worn number 8 on the back of almost every uniform he has worn since Little League, internalized Ripken's work ethic. It was not necessarily about physical ability back then, It was about habits and focus and growth mindset and work. I mean, someone who's all in, like he has learned this stuff from an early age. And so I just love the background. He wore a t-shirt. This was a while ago, but he wore a t-shirt back then. The game is changing in how you compete and how you win, Shildt said, but the effectiveness is the same thing that I put on a t-shirt back then. The t-shirt contained the words winning baseball with 4 bullet points. Together, defense makes routine plays, pitchers throw strikes, offense executes. I mean, it's great. Those are 4 great bullet points for winning baseball. The Cardinals way, the Shildt way, the good, just good baseball, good winning baseball way, whatever you want to call it. Being together, if the Padres can be united, the defense be strong, which they were last year for the most part, and they're a strong defensive team. Hopefully that continues. Make the routine plays. Don't make pitchers throw more pitches than they need to, because then there's an effect on that. Like it's a trickle down. Starter can't go as long, and that runner reaches base when you make an error. That runner could end up scoring. Relievers have to come in earlier. Maybe they're taxed, they're not available, but then they have to be made available for that day because there's no one else left. Like it's a trickle down effect. Pitchers throw strikes so that you can stay in games longer, to help out bullpen and give relievers days off so that they can be effective when they come into a game. Like it's a trickle down effect. Offense, execute. Mike Shildt knows like this offense did not execute enough in the 2023 season. So, like, especially those 4 bullet points there, that is, I mean, it's great for every baseball team, but definitely the Padres. And yeah, again, that quote about organizational man, caring about the organization more than your own career. And that's easy to say and hard to do, probably for a lot of people. But I don't know. I view it as, if I care more about the organization, I care more about the team than my own career, my career will take care of itself. Right. So if you're a good teammate and you really care about other people that are in the same company as you, same team, you're working towards a common goal, you're not worried about yourself being promoted or whatever. If you're a good teammate, I feel like good things will end up happening. Good karma will happen. So I loved it. I'm not going to give away the entire article because I want Kevin Acee to get a lot of views on this piece, but the link to the article is in the description. But yeah, the Padres, they needed that reset. They needed someone all in on this team that cares about the players. That was a big thing that came up in this article. Cares about the players, cares about everyone. He's clubbies, all that. He's been in every role essentially in baseball, is what it seems like. So he cares. He's been in those people's shoes. And that's what this Padres team needs. So I hope that this Mike Shildt hire ends up being amazing and it ends up working out and the Padres can go win a World Series. There's no one that I would love to see win a World Series as the manager of this team more than Mike Shildt right now. And maybe that's how I felt with Bob Melvin, but I've definitely moved on from Bob and I am fully on the Mike Shildt. Is it a bandwagon? I mean, he's someone that got let go by the Cardinals. I don't think he's the hottest manager name out there, but I'm definitely on that wagon. I am on the Mike Shildt train.